What up, Cowboys Nation? It's your boy John G back with another one, and I am sitting in traffic, getting ready to go to work. And I figured, what better else way to interact with the Cowboys fan base other than doing the video on this week's playoff game against the Seattle Seahawks on Saturday at 8:15 prime time. I can't wait. But while I was on this ride, I was thinking of ways. I mean, you already know what we have to do, but I was just thinking of the five important keys to this game for the Cowboys to win. So the Dallas Cowboys defeat the Seattle Seahawks if they do these five things. Number one, we have to run the football efficiently. Now, I know that a lot of people like to say, run the football, run the football, run the football. But if you're not doing it efficiently, you're not doing it well enough to control the clock, to push the chains, then there's no need to just continue to run the football just for the sake of running the football. We have to run it efficiently. And what that means is we need the continued play of the interior line. As of late on this last couple of streaks, and whether it be the change at the left guard due to injury or whatnot, but we're going to need Zach Martin, Looney, and Xavier. I forget how you say his name, like Suafila. I'm terrible with names as well, but we're going to need them to continue to get that push on the inside for our trap plays and our zone plays to work. If we can continue to get that interior push, I think that it could be a long day for the Seattle Seahawks, because Zeke Elliott with some fresh legs after a rested week could be a handful for them, as he was in the first matchup. So run the ball efficiently, and not just first and second down, but in short yardage. And we're going to need to run efficiently in the red zone, and I'll touch on red zone a little bit later, but we're definitely going to have to run the ball efficiently. That is the number one key to this game. Number two, no turnovers. Last time we played Seattle, we had 3 turnovers. 2 of them interceptions from Dak Prescott. 1 of them a fumble by Ezekiel Elliott on a big run that normally I think that if he's in shape, he scores on. And I'm just going to call it like I see it. Him stepping out of bounds on that touchdown, Zeke stepping out of bounds on the touchdown, which would have been Dak Prescott's best play of the day, on a rollout where Zeke turned up a wheel route and scored. I count that as a turnover. So we have to make sure that we're not shooting ourselves in the foot, because the Seattle team is built on teams shooting themselves in the foot, because they're a very opportunistic team. So we got to make sure that we don't create any errors for them to get any points off of, because I think that it killed us last time. A lot of points off turnovers from Seattle. So we have to make sure that we're not turning the ball over, and they have to drive the ball long fields, because we don't want to make it easier on Russell Wilson. Number 3, I say it's red zone efficiency. That has been an issue for us all season. And I think that for the most part, we have gotten the better of red zone efficiency. Not necessarily us being great in the red zone, but I think that our defense has been pretty solid in the red zone. We weren't solid in the red zone against Seattle the last time. So what we have to do is realize that Seattle's probably going to get chunk plays. For the most part, we're going to be able to handle them pretty well. Our pass rush does a pretty good job keeping Russell Wilson in the pocket and keeping him contained and trying to make him make throws from the pocket. So as long as we continue to do those things, when they do make their chunk plays, or if we do happen to make a mistake and they get good field position, what we have to do is we have to hold them to 3 or to 0. No touchdowns, no easy touchdowns. We have to make them work for everything that they obtain. They're going to have to work to get this victory. We're not going to give them anything. Number 4 is Dak Prescott. The play of Dak Prescott is a key in this game, because we know what Zeke brings to the table. And there is the possibility that, guess what? Seattle practices. They know what Zeke did to them the last time. So guess what they're going to do? Their main focus is going to be to stop Ezekiel Elliott, just like everybody else's number one key is to stop Ezekiel Elliott or to slow him up. So what we're going to need is we're going to need Dak Prescott to continue from the effort that he did in Week 17, where I thought that he had probably his best performance, in my opinion, of the year. I know that he had a pretty good appearance against the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Redskins, but we need that Dak Prescott. You know what that Dak Prescott did? That Dak Prescott did a very good job of his progression, in my opinion. Yes, he had certain faults, but all quarterbacks do. But what Dak is going to have to do in this game is we have to play the field position battle. So that means checking the ball down. We're going to have to play ahead of the chains. You know, no wildcatting, no a hero ball. We're just going to have to churn this victory out. It's not going to be an easy one. But we can definitely win if we keep the mistakes down. We get chunk plays when we're supposed to get chunk plays, and score in the red zone. But Dak Prescott is a major key to that. If Dak Prescott can continue to play good football, he doesn't even have to be great. Just continue to play solid football, make plays when we need to, like you did last week, where in third and long situations you were actually making throws. You were using your legs. You were making good adjustments at the line. We're going to need that from Dak in order to win this game, in my opinion. I think that, you know, we're going to not necessarily have to put everything on his shoulders, but you got to make enough plays to open it up for Zeke and Amari. So that's number 4. Number 5, special teams / field position. I know that Seattle, as I said, they're a very opportunistic team, and they're going to look to out-hustle us in the special teams. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to actually make our 30-yard field goals if we have to make 30-yard field goals. We can't afford to miss that and give them good field position. We can't afford to do things like that. On kickoff coverage, we just gonna have to boot the ball out of the end zone. Make Seattle have to drive, long drives, like I said earlier. That's what we're going to have to continue to do. And when we do punt the ball, we have to make sure that we get a couple of first downs, but we have to make sure that we're keeping them constantly inside the 20. We don't want them to get good field position because, in my opinion, yes, their offense can be explosive at times, but it's a lot harder for them to churn out long drives because Chris Carson has played solid football, but they're not a great running team. They're not a great running team, in my opinion. I think that they're opportunistic, and I think that Russell can get plays done with his legs, but we got to make sure that we choke the run and just keep them backed up all day. Make it so that Russell has to earn that $100 million check and drive all the way down the field. I like our chances in that situation. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell each time I come out with content. And to let you guys know, I'm working on something huge for next year. Just a preview of what I'm working on. I'm working on doing a couple of trips for Cowboys games. I do, on the side, I do own a business, and I'm trying to marry the two. So if you're interested in possibly being a part of that or helping with it, just email me at dmvdallascowboys@gmail.com. All right, guys. Peace.